Arctic animals of the tundra. This piece of text is an informational piece. When you receive a text of this nature, you want to pay attention to what we call text features. On this page, we don't see the title. The title was actually on a previous page. However, we do have a couple of text features. We have bolded vocabulary words, and we have a text box. And really, it's kind of a cloud, but we would still refer to it as a text box. So before you read around the text. At the text features, we have bolded vocabulary words and the text box. We have the word nourishment, and of course, we can think about nourishment. Obviously, the root word nourish has to do with receiving food or minerals that help us to get the best healthy resources to help us be obviously healthy. Plentiful, of course the root word is plenty, and so in that case there's an abundance of food or abundance of something in an area. Maturity, root word mature, means that in the case of humans, obviously a mature individual has the ability to make decisions. If it's talking about reaching the maturity of a certain fruit or vegetable, that means it's ripe and ready to pick. If you're talking about the maturity of any type of food, if it's reached its maturity, then it's ready to eat. Trek. When I see the word trek, I think about trekking across an area, or a trek could be like a path as well. Here's our text box. Think about it. How do the animals of the Arctic tundra manage to survive the long, cold, dark winter months? And then we have a little bit of information that you might can read on the attachment if you're interested. It says, did you know caribou herds return to the same place each year to give birth? As many as 100,000 caribou may migrate in a single herd. And there's one little sentence that's a bit too difficult to read, but I think I can make it out. The last sentence of the did you know? They may travel up to 1,900 miles. Now that we've read all the text features, now let's begin with the passage, because inside our minds, based on nourishment, plentiful, maturity, trek, and Arctic animals being the title, we can draw or form a prediction. So inside your head, consider the title, Arctic Animals of the Tundra. Consider the words nourishment, plentiful, maturity, and trek, and think about what you think this passage may include. I will begin. The Arctic tundra is a cold, windy, treeless plain that encircles the globe just below the North Pole. Winters on the tundra are bitterly cold. Temperatures can drop to negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of the birds and animals have migrated to warmer climates, but the polar bear, Arctic fox, Arctic hare, and lemming have stayed behind. They burrow beneath the snow or make dens to survive. Their thick layers of stored fat keep them warm and provide nourishment during the long, cold, dark winter months. In late February, the sun peaks over the horizon. Spring slowly returns. The weather warms and the top layer of the soil thaws. The bottom layers, called permafrost, stay frozen. Melting ice and snow form pools in which hordes of insects breed. Moss, lichen, and low shrubs come to life. Thousands of small plants bloom, covering the tundra with a blanket of color, as if to welcome the millions of returning birds and animals. Female polar bears and their cubs emerge from their dens. After the long, lean winter months, they hunt for food. Millions of migrating birds return and fight for good nesting sites on the nearby rocky cliffs. Caribou herds begin the migration north to their summer feeding grounds. Here the females will give birth. There is an abundance of vegetation, and a few predators will follow the herds that far north. In summer, the sun never sets, so both young and old feed around the clock. Food is plentiful. The young grow quickly and reach maturity before winter returns. In early September, the hours of sunshine each day are noticeably fewer, signaling the departure of the migrating wildlife. Birds fly to winter nesting sites. Caribou begin the long trek to the south. Arctic foxes and female polar bears begin searching for sites to make their dens. Male polar bears will continue to hunt throughout the winter. In early December, the sun sinks below the horizon and the long winter night begins. The sun will not appear again until late February. Then the tundra springs to life again. You may read this as many times as you want before you take the cold read quiz, which you will find beneath this video.